We are on the seventh part, and this is the end of Surah Ma'idah and the beginning of Surah An'am and the completion of Surah An'am. Towards the end of Surah Ma'idah, we have the story of Hazrat Isa salamullah alayhi being asked by his close followers to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to reveal food from the heavens or a banquet. And Isa prays to Allah, "Oh Allah, reveal it for us and let it be an Eid and a sign for those who are asking for a sign." Allah says, "If after this they do not believe, I will chastise them in a way that I have not chastised others before them." The chastisement that Allah gave the disbelievers after they saw this miracle was that He turned them into apes and into swine. And Allah makes a mention of that in a later surah, reminding the people of the book that this is what had happened to them in their history. Towards the end of the surah, Allah asks Isa on the day of Qiyamah, "Isa, did you say to the people, worship me and my mother?" Isa says, "Oh Allah, what right do I have to say something for which I have no right?" When Isa is asked, and Isa says, "Oh Allah, I bore witness upon them whilst I was with them, but when you did tawaffa of me." Now we have explained that the meaning of tawaffa means something being suspended, human consciousness being switched off, like a light switch being switched off and then switched on again and we resume. It's like sleep, and Allah describes sleep as tawaffa as well, that when we fall asleep, when we awaken, we resume from the point at which we had fallen asleep in terms of our awareness and our consciousness and our thoughts. So tawaffa means to totally block off an individual's consciousness in that realm, but maybe they are aware in a dream world or an imaginal world. In any case, Isa responds and he says to Allah, "When you did tawaffa of me, you were the one who bore witness upon them and not me. I have no knowledge beyond that point." So tawaffa actually means when consciousness is suspended. Surah An'am begins. This is the one surah with the most excessive number of qul inside it. Muhammad, say, O Prophet, say, say. This surah, according to the exegetes, was revealed to the Prophet just prior to the migration. And the whole of the surah was revealed in one go whilst the Prophet was seated on the back of his camel. It has very interesting verses with universal laws and understandings in there of nature. For example, the verse that says, وَمَا مِن دَابَةٍ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَلَا طَائِرٍ يَطِيرُ بِجَنَاحَيْهِ إِلَّا أُمَمٌ أَمْثَالُكُمْ. There is not a crawling creature upon the earth, nor a bird in flight, but that these are communities like you. To say that actually there is consistency in nature between all living things, and we are a most evolved part of the animal kingdom, and all of them are communities. Then a verse comes in which the Prophet is commanded to say and repeat the words that Nabi Nuh had said before him, which state, قُلْ لَا أَقُولُ لَكُمْ عِنْدِي خَزَائِنُ اللَّهِ. Muhammad, say to them that I do not tell you that I have the treasures of Allah. وَلَا أَعْلَمُ الْغَيْبِ. I do not know the unseen. وَلَا أَقُولُ لَكُمْ إِنِّي مَلَكٌ. And I do not tell you that I am an angel. إِنْ أَتَّبِعُ إِلَّا مَا يُوحَى إِلَيَّ. I merely follow what has been revealed unto me. This gives us an understanding of accurate theology, that the Prophet was being tested as well. He did not necessarily know the unseen. However, this is slightly inconsistent with all the prophecies that the Prophet made and they all came true, or the Prophet talking about future events in the Quran. So the best reconciliation here is that Allah can disclose whatever Allah wants and Allah can conceal whatever Allah wants. And another reconciliation is that the Prophet knows the unseen in a very natural way, but he does not know it with finality. As Allah says, Allah is the mother of all books. He may wipe out what He wants, He may confirm what He wants. And that would be a reconciliation between the Prophet saying, I do not know the unseen, and nonetheless he talks about the unseen in a variety of manner. We will discuss this issue at length in some of the lectures that we will deliver. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the psychology of human beings. He says, say, who delivers you from the darkness of the land and the sea when you implore Him aloud and silently, and you make a pledge with Him that you will be grateful. And once He delivers you from that calamity, you begin to associate with Him. What association is this? Normally, when we are caught in the midst of a storm, we do not count on X, Y, and Z human beings that we know. We do not count on our own strength. We merely break through all the clouds and all the false perceptions and illusions, and we go towards Allah straight. But when we are delivered, again we act for the pleasure of the creatures of God. We bend our principles for the gains of this world, and that is the form of subtle shirk that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about here. But under dire circumstances and in stormy weather, all the illusion is cut away and we see nothing but Allah is the only one. Allah says here, say to them, O Muhammad, that Allah can send to them chastisement from above their heads, from beneath their feet, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can cause them to become divided amongst themselves and give to taste some of them the chastisement of others. أَوْ يَلْبِسُكُمْ شِيَعًا, or He can make you into little groups and cause you to taste the wrath of each other. And this is what we are seeing, that an earthquake or a storm kills people, but to an extent. The tsunami killed people, but to an extent. But when human beings fall into wars and battles, the destruction that they commit is unending. Look at what we have done to Syria. We have destroyed it. Look at what we have done to Middle East. We have destroyed it. And this Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala calls as a form of punishment, being divided amongst yourselves and tasting the wrath of each other. This is due to moving away from God, Allah says. Ibrahim is made mention of here, and this story of Ibrahim that is here, ذَلِكَ نُورِي إِبْرَاهِيمَ مَلَكُوتُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَلِيَكُونَ مِنَ الْمُوقِنِينَ. And we showed Abraham the angelic nature or the spiritual nature of the heavens and the earth, and in order for Ibrahim to bear utmost surety within his chest. This is before Ibrahim asking for Allah to resurrect dead and Allah asking him to cut the birds up and so on and so forth. In any case, Ibrahim takes a very natural journey of reasoning and spiritual enlightenment, intellectual enlightenment, which leads to spiritual enlightenment. He sees the stars and he says, according to you, these are gods. Let's say this is a god. It went away. Ibrahim said, I do not love those that fade away, because if it's faded away, then who is looking after the world while it's faded away? He sees the moon in its brilliance, the full moon. He says, this is our God. When it faded away, he says, had Allah not guided me, I would have been indeed of those who are misguided. Then he sees the sun. He says, this is the bigger one. This has to be our God. This has to be the one that looks after everything. Ibrahim was taking a very genuine intellectual journey. When it faded away, Ibrahim said, Inni wajjahtu wajhiya lilladhi fatara as-samawati wal ard hanifan wa ma ana min al-mushrikeen. Indeed, I turn my whole being to the one that has brought about the heavens and the earth. And the word Ibrahim uses is fatir, the one who tears apart and separates. And this is what the story of creation seems to be. And this word fatir seems to be with high consistency within the Quran in the descriptions of heaven and the earth. And this is another thing of the Quran that's phenomenal in its miraculous nature, the consistency of the terms that are being used and their accuracy. Indeed, I turn my all and my face to the one who is the fatir of the heavens and the earth, hanifan, upright for him, wa ma'ana min al-mushrikeen, and I am not the one who associates with Allah. He realized that that which fades away cannot control the world, and everything in this world somehow is fading away. So the one who controls this world has to be unlike the nature of this world, has to be ever present and always able over the working of the universe, and that has to be Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like whom there is nothing in this world. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.